So we ended up our last one shot in the basement. We went through session 0, made our characters, and you guys met each other at a place called the Golden Chain. A woman and her young son run the Golden Chain in the city of Windstrand in Orin. Orin is one of the continents in Gzane, mostly under the control of a force called the Darkness. The Darkness is not crazy. He or she holds dominion over the old cities of men and the kingdoms of men, and taxes them and has vassalized them. High Pass is one of such of those kingdoms, as well as its adjoining city called Windstrand. That's where you guys are at. But in the Golden Chain, you guys, the innkeeper complained that she couldn't go down in her cellar because there were a bunch of rats down there. You guys were like, well, we'll handle it. So she removed a floorboard. You guys came down, and Gzane, who was kind of showing up late, he helped come down, and I think he got a good swing on a rat too. And that's kind of where we're at in the adventure. Yeah, before we start, let's go around the table though, and why don't we kind of describe everybody? Let's start off with Victoria.
Well, good evening. I am Victoria. I'm a fair lady wearing a very long pink and purple dress, when is always accompanied by a large parasol that she usually keeps within close proximity of herself. She has long, dirty blonde hair, more on the blonde side, with green eyes, fair complexion, and is often accompanied by a small dove that she has taken quite a liking to. And she likes to perform little feats of magic every now and then.
Karma.
Hello,
Claire.
I am Karma. I am a cleric. Karma is wearing all black leather robes with the cowl that is always covering half of her face. She wears a chain necklace around her neck with a skull, and from parts of her cheek you can see she has a tattoo that stick through. Tattoo is a holy symbol of her deity.
Gzane.
So Gzane is a brass dragonborn. Her scales are very shiny at the moment. She is maintaining a really good outlook, and she has a buff appearance.
What's the symbol look like around your neck?
It is essentially just a dragon head, the side of a dragon head. Currently, she has a knife with her, and she also wields leather armor.
Like a hide armor, like a bunch of just furs and things?
Indeed. She came from the north not so long ago.
Venna.
Venna is new to this. She just came into this world. She's just average height. She's a Eldrin sorcerer. The weapon of choice of her is a crossbow.
What is Venna's favorite color?
Green.
Irindal.
Hello, my name is Erindel Selvarin. I am what you would call a sage. I was once the apprentice of a mighty archmage in the Elven Empire, but after a falling out, we decided it would be beneficial for both parties to part ways, albeit temporarily. My weapon of choice, whenever magic is not an option, would be my humble but effective dagger, aside from my staff, of course. I am a rather imposing 6'2", with some emerald green eyes and platinum blonde hair. I am just reaching 120 years old, and I am a lawful neutral mage of Order of Scribes Wizard. Yes, he has an arcane staff. It is made of metal, but it is laced with magic. Quite literally, by the word of laced.
Are there like elven runes riddled on it?
There are.
What do they say?
It's just some old poem.
So there's one thing I want to do initially, and that is because I saw the black blood that the rats leaked out. I want to cast Divine Sense to sense if there's anything wrong with these rats.
Gzane touches his amulet within the basement or the bar here. You touch it and you pray to the god of dragons.
Yes.
You see a flash of light peer over your eyes to search out any fey, fiends, or undead. As you look at the black blood, no aura is revealed.
Curious. I lean down and pick one up by the tail.
No.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
It's disgusting.
And you're getting blood everywhere. What is wrong with you?
I'll be riddled with disease.
So what? I'm not eating it.
There's more than one way to contract a disease. Honestly.
I flick it just over my shoulder.
Ugh.
No. Oh, no, no,
Oh,
I try.
oh dear.
That disturbing display aside, does anyone else notice all the blades and the weaponry down here? Is that normal?
I do not believe so. There was a table with some potions and scrolls on it, right?
You walk over to the table. There's like blades and things like that. Too many blades for some person to have, but all kinds of assortments. It's Irindel. This isn't the fine craftsmanship that you've seen at Oveanor or of the Elves of the East. It's human blades forged of iron right off the crust of the earth.
How crude. I'm gonna go over to the table that has the chest. Is it locked?
Appears to be locked, but there's like dust and cobwebs on it. The barkeep was telling the truth, like she wasn't able to get down here, you know? Things have just kind of gone, you know, to waste. You see some rotten fruit on the table as well.
Are those scrolls magical of any kind, or are they just like normal pieces of parchment?
You look over to it, you unfurl it. It appears to be a magical scroll of some kind.
Fascinating. Not ever in my many years have I heard of a barkeep owning scrolls of magic.
How abnormal is it to find like someone that would have like a weapon stash? Would this be just something like finding the lair of a prepper, or is this like treasonous?
I'm not familiar with the laws of this land, so I actually couldn't tell you.
The force
sorry,
of darkness.
this is the DM.
No, it's
Oh.
great. Yeah, you're asking a great question, Victoria. The force of darkness have vassalized Windstrand and High Pass, but they allow people, even such as yourselves, would-be adventurers and other challengers, to walk around freely with arms, so they can attack or basically bait out attacks as they are drawn by the forces of blood and bloodshed.
Okay, and this area that we're in, are we like occupied by an enemy force? Like, is the darkness like occupied this country now?
It has, and you know very well who it is because of your background, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know who Aghel is.
Is that a staff or a rod on that table?
You look at it over again. Why don't you make an investigation roll?
Sure.
Do you think anybody owns these items anymore?
I was gonna say maybe the barkeep. Is the barkeep upstairs?
Yeah, unless she left like 5 minutes ago.
That is an 11 on my investigation. Oh, that's an intimidation. Oh my god.
Intimidate the scroll.
What you are!
What are you?
That's a 21 on the investigation check.
Yeah. Nothing beyond the magical scroll that you found is here, but the craftsmanship is it's strange. Why would someone have so many weapons down here?
Perhaps some form of resistance is boiling.
That was my thought as well. I wonder how old these might be. Is this maybe before the incursion?
Maybe they were planning something?
Perhaps. What, 15 years since Bypass has fallen? Maybe these are from before. Or when that was happening.
Perhaps.
I sense no lingering entities in the area.
Indeed. However, this bar just became quite more interesting. Onwards and upwards, I suppose.
You guys walk upstairs.
Yes.
Yep.
I do.
Your feet then cross across the old wooden planks. Victoria asks a lot of questions. She kind of thinks about it. Why are things just left like this, lost and forgotten in the world? You walk up and she's there. Barkeep.
DM, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I did want to mention I was taking that scroll with me.
Okay, you take the scroll. What spell is it, Arendelle?
Oh, I get to choose?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's make it a charm person scroll. Yeah.
Charm
let's do
person.
that.
Do you think enchantment magic is evil, Arendelle?
No school of magic is evil. It's all about learning.
You pocket it into your side pouch or into your cloak like this, right? Where you like pocket it in there, right?
Oh, I put it into my scroll case.
You roll it up, and Venna, you go upstairs, and the barkeep is there, and she says, "Were you able to get those rats out of there?"
Yeah, we took care of them all right.
Yeah, you just have to clean up the carcasses down there.
There was a bit of a mess.
I see you got kind of messy. She points over at Gzane. He has like some blood splatter on his chest from throwing it over his shoulder.
It is no worries.
Well, feel free to take a seat and wait for whoever you are waiting for. And here, I'll get you a glass of mead. And I'm a woman of my word. You can have 3 days stay here.
Hilda, if I might trouble you for just a moment, how long has this establishment been in your care?
My husband and I ran it for many years.
All right.
Could you put a number to that?
About 2 decades, or so. Maybe she thinks, oh, it's about as old as my son, actually.
I see. So you would know of the weapons down there?
She kind of bows her head a little bit, and she says, those were my late husband's.
That's a lot of weapons for one man, late or not.
What did your husband do?
He was a warrior. Like you. She points over to Gzane.
Who was your husband?
His name was Thomas.
I'm sure he is sorely missed. He was a great warrior.
If I may ask, when did he die?
Shortly after my son was born, he was trying to fight the armies of the darkness. And as soon as she says that, the door opens up and an orc and a goblin come in through the door.
Oh dear.
Fresh mead! Bring it here! They sit down at the bar. She says, coming. She starts taking their orders. What do you guys do?
Probably get maybe about 10 feet of distance between them because, nasty.
You can kind of smell it, like that musk.
I could basically feel it. Yeah, it's disgusting. I do not wish to be next to them.
You're not a fan of orcs and goblins, I take it.
Less a fan of orcs and goblins than those who are incapable of maintaining proper hygiene.
I walk up beside Arundel and I lean real close to him and ask, you didn't take anything down there, did you?
I just used the tip of my staff to just kind of try to push you away, but I'm a little bit lighter than you, so I push myself away. And I'm like, 5-foot rule, please.
Okay. And I just stroll off.
Are the orc and the goblin doing anything?
They're speaking Orcish to one another. Do you understand Orcish?
I'm looking for.
It's under your languages on the left, bottom left.
No.
It's a strange language. It's sounds like Klingon,
I know many languages, but none of them are so crude as goblin or orc.
I know, I should speak Orcish, but I don't. I went basic.
The barkeep brings over their ales that they ask for.
If you guys are looking to stir trouble, I will not be a part of it.
Of course, yeah, trouble is the last thing on my mind.
What an idea.
I don't know if I believe you, Karma.
I simply just wish to strike up a conversation.
And by strike up a conversation, I suppose you're putting a lot of emphasis on the strike part.
I like to avoid violence if it's possible.
Say that to the rats down there.
I was the only one who didn't hit one.
Coward. Who fears rats?
Karma,
Do I
as you-
have that free? I'm sorry. Do I have that free mead that she gave us a second ago?
Yeah,
Or
she just brought down some. She just put down some mead for you guys.
I'm gonna slide it down to them.
You actually have to get up. They're sitting at another table, so you pick up your mug, and you walk with Karma across the bar to go greet them at their own table. They kind of see you approaching, and they look at you, but you look across the way at the eyes of the orcs, and they have these. There's a symbol that the darkness has. That marks every creature. Their eyes are like pitch black with ichor. But Victoria, you know something going on, right? As you see them turn their green tilted heads towards you, their eyes are somewhat faded. The grip over the darkness. The rumors could be true. The connection of the darkness to her minions is not as strong as it once was.
Arundel, do you see that? Their eyes.
Yes, they are quite unpleasant to make contact with.
Is it not? Oh, yes, but look at the color. It's lighter.
I lean down to each of their levels and peer at the orcs from this distance. I don't see anything.
She's putting emphasis on the shade of their eyes changing. It's getting lighter.
Curious.
Am I still walking over?
Yeah, Venna. So the longest walk, the bar was a football field across Venna. And it's just
You're walking towards a door that is moving away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a long haul, like a scary movie.
They just keep going to the stool next to them until they run out of stools.
They're running away.
The
Please keep moving
the
tables.
orcs just stare at you, like pretty menacingly. On its back is a great axe, and it's covered in furs and so forth.
Oh no, he's doing it.
Doing what?
Oh, is
He's
he
he's
is
doing
he getting a weapon?
He's doing an outfit change.
Props,
Yeah.
props, props, props.
Method acting.
That is a battle axe, sir. A great axe is much larger.
This is all I could find at the Halloween store.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
They look at you as you approach. What do you do?
Karma bows.
Break their nose.
I offer up the mug toward I can't talk to them, so I just kind of offer gesturing this is for you.
He grips it from the bottom of his hands. His fingernails are sharp and green, and at the base of the fingernails is black, grimed with dirt. And he grabs it from you. He puts it on the table. He just stares at you.
Hello. How are both of you doing today?
Good.
We've been here for a while. Hadn't seen any other patrons, so we figured we'd.
Yeah.
Karma sits in the chair next to him. Hi, I'm Karma. What's your name? And I'm going to extend a hand.
I sit down also and gesture hi, nice to meet you.
They don't shake your hands. They just actually take the mug and they lift it up and start drinking.
So that's some pretty intense armory. What do you two do for a living?
For gods, you idiot.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I am simple of the mind.
You guys have long hours?
Yeah. Real long.
Or I imagine you're on break or off duty right now?
They both just look at each other. They just kind of ignore you. Gzane, you hear the little ding-a-ling-ling, sound, and in comes a halfling. The halfling has pieces
Soul
of patch, a little soul patch. Got a real stern, furrowed look,
Okay. I instantly just bow my head and place my hand against my chest.
And he comes over and walks to the table of where Victoria, Arundel, and Gzane is sitting at. I'm gonna go back to Vienna and Karma. What else do you guys do?
I'm attempting to get their names.
What's your name, stranger?
I'm Karma.
Yeah. My name is Agheg.
Oh, that's a lovely name. And what about you? What's your name?
My name is Snotwagon.
It's a lovely name.
Sorry, what was the orc name?
Agheg.
These guys are probably not going to live long enough for you to remember their names.
Lord Corin comes up to Gzane and says, "Are these the strangers? Is these
They
the
are.
people you're looking for? Are these the one who's answered the call?"
I would assume they are capable, but I haven't asked personally.
What is this about?
Well, didn't you answer the flyer I put up?
No.
Well, now I'm curious now. What flyer? I look around. Was there a quest board somewhere?
He has a little exclamation point above his head.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
He has a little insignia on him. It's the symbol of the Iron Links. It has dwarven in origin. He's a part of the merchant guild who runs a lot of. They run everything. They are a guild. They're like a union event of merchants who control most of the trade throughout Orin.
Iron Links?
They're called the Iron Links. I'll link you some more. info.
That's the merchant guild, right?
Corin, sir, would you like me to extend the invitation?
Are you having some mead there, Gzane?
I've had a little. It is my day off, after all.
Well, give me some, God.
As you will. And
like
I
sits
walk
down.
over and get myself in the queue.
Another mead? I can't thank you enough for finishing off those rats. She hands you a mead, Gzane.
Of course, I come back and just hand it over.
So I point at Gzane. So are you under his employment?
I shift a little bit. My tail just swishes uncomfortably.
As Gzane's head turns towards you, you see two markings below his eye. One is a slave mark. The other one is the location of where his ownership is. The top mark, you look at it a little bit, Victoria, as you're kind of looking at it, it's representative of the Iron Links. You must be a slave of the Iron Links.
Oh. I see.
I turn away and just hand the meat over.
Well, that certainly explains it.
Let's go back to the orc table. You want to try some?
Depends.
He like pulls out like a little pouch, like it's like a vial almost. It's like really crude though, like it's been used many times. It's black in a way and it's like crusted, right, over this glass vial. You imagine that they probably stole it from someone, right? It's dirty. Something's never been washed. And they like pour it into the mead. It's kind of reddish, but like dark red. But there's quite a bit there. And it goops out.
Ugh.
And they slide it over to you. It says, drink.
Can I try some as well?
After her.
Okay.
After
That's
me.
Venna. Yes.
Now, do I have anything that I could figure out what this goop is?
Are we still able to see this happening?
You guys are kind of paying attention to the halfling that's there.
Yeah, I am just gonna poke him on the shoulder and say, Master, I think you need to get down.
What? What are you talking about?
I have a
switched
bad
my
feeling.
goodness with his voiceover.
I will stand ready.
He like takes your hand off of your hands. Drink.
Now I'm conflicted because now I have to drink this drink.
I'm going to, this is just under the table. If anybody's listening or watching, you start to hear crackling ice and a faint blue glow as I am preparing Frostbolt.
If you don't want to drink, then don't sit with us.
No, this is pure pressure.
Yeah, this is like forcing me to drink right now.
I know.
Either
Where-
drink it or you can't sit with the cool kids.
Yeah, right. And you're Mean Girl. Let's turn into Mean Girls.
He doesn't have his battle axe out or anything like that, you know.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty just he's just trying to intimidate you, you know.
Oh, I know what I do. Look over there. And I throw my drink over my shoulder.
Swoosh! Make a sleight of hand roll, Vanna. They kind of like point as Karma like distracts them a little bit. They look, they're like, huh? And you put the glass back down and you like chugged it and they look down at the glass. They like see it. They're like, you're a fast drinker. And they pull the glass back. Let's
was
go back
delicious.
to the other table real quick with the halfling there. I told you, Gzane, to get more. You're not going to be able to go to the lighthouse with just these two.
Well, half the group is over there by those.
I'm sorry. I'm
I-
so rude to interrupt. I apologize. Who are you?
My name is Lord Karen Brushgather.
Lord!
Crying.
Sorry. I'm not used to jests.
Something in your throat, lad?
Not yet.
This one I will gladly sucker punch for you, and I point at Arendelle.
Sure, we need him afresh, though.
Sorry, give me that name again. Crying what?
Corin Brushgatherer. Pull the earwax out of your ears, my lady.
Oh, sure, my lord. Forgive
not
me
so-
if I'm mishearing.
Okay, and as I come over, I extend my hands out and say, Gentlemen, ladies, if I may. And I address Kama with a hand.
Who are you?
That is
Well, says-
unimportant.
Oh, is it that time already?
If you would, please. And
course.
your friend.
I'll kind of tug Venna along.
Once we are out, I speak quietly to them, but also lean in close so nobody else can hear us. My master wishes to speak with you. Would
Who's your
you-
master?
That is the little guy over there by the bar.
The halfling with the miraculous hair.
The
That
curly
is
brown
being
hair.
very generous.
Do we know what's it about?
It is an expedition of sorts. Are you looking to adventure out? You appear to be capable of combat, but this one I am a little unsure about, and I address Kama.
Of worlds.
Your suspicions of me are misplaced.
Says the lady who is dressed in all black.
It's my favorite color.
Actually, black is the absence of
Come along, please. And I turn and walk towards my master.
Are these the best you could muster?
It is what's present tonight. Would you like to wait another night, master?
Well, the Lynx won't allow it. The Grand Poobah wants us done right away.
then I think this is the best shot we got.
Look at this one right here. He points over to Victoria. She's gonna get her dress all muddy.
Oh, don't worry, I'm quite capable of tending to my own affairs. And I cast Prestidigitation, just let a little bit of sparks kind of come up my fingertips.
The
And
one
I
you should be
perhaps-
worried about is the one over here dressed in all black, Master.
Oh, dark and mysterious, just like the nameless ones. I like that.
Perhaps you would like to explain to us what exactly you need a group of adventurers for, because obviously your sales pitch is lacking.
Have you even ever ridden on a rowboat, ma'am?
A
You need us to row?
rowboat?
Yes, a rowboat.
I have ridden on a rowboat. Yes.
Really? When? Let me see your hands. Turn them over.
Excuse me?
Yes, turn them over.
You first.
He turns over his hands. They're kind of like rough hands, you know, kind of calloused. He says, and?
I angrily take a drink of wine. That's showing him my freaking hands. Asshole.
See what I mean, Gzane? It's hard to find such good help around these days.
And this guy's a lord?
Yes,
For
I'm
some-
Lord Corin.
For someone who calls himself a lord, you sure do lack a decent amount of decorum when you're in front of a lady. It's
Well,
quite
I'm
disappointing.
sorry, Mr. Elf.
You should be. But I will not be accepting it.
Can I just say to him that for a lord with rough hands, you don't have much help?
Well, that's what I hire him for. Points to Gzane. He's my muscle.
I roll
that
my
what-
eyes because he misgenders me.
I get
Yeah.
confused sometimes, you know.
You see Victoria, like, just tightens her grip on her parasol.
He takes another drink. He's like, well, the Iron Lynx, the ship just went missing the other day, right around the lighthouse. And, you know, these fucking guys over there, they won't do a goddamn thing. And if they don't do shit, well, Aghell is going to be off my ass. You know, just shit rolls downhill. And that shit just landed on top of my fucking head. And now that shit has landed on your head, Gzane.
Is that what that is? I thought it was poorly made hair. Apologies for the miscommunication.
He takes another drink and he kind of gives you like he gives you kind of a little like a side glare. He's like, man, just desperate times, desperate fucking measures is what I say.
Sure look desperate.
And what exactly is in it for us? Your ship filled with treasure for which you cannot account for is hardly an applicable payment for a group of adventurers. What are you offering to us?
Well, if it's pirates or anything like that of the sort, you bring me back a head of any creature out there, I'll pay you 25 a head. And just make sure whatever the fuck is out there, you figure it out and let me know. But I want proof.
25 what?
Well, what do you think?
I'm hoping for gold, but if you try to shoot us with copper, then I can see why you're lacking help.
She's a funny one, Gzane, ain't she? Of course I'm talking about gold.
Each?
A head, yes. This isn't your first time out, isn't it, Elf? You've been staying too much time in the forest there, haven't you?
If you're done insulting the people at this table, raise it to 30 and you'll have a deal.
Hard bargain. Make a persuasion roll. I rolled a 13.
I rolled a 14. Fuck you.
Fuck you! All right, but you're gonna need some help. He looks around, he's like, Pete! Pete!
Must you yell?
And
I raise him up onto my shoulders as he yells.
he says, put me down. I'm not done drinking yet.
Fine. Okay.
Thank you.
Just trying to help.
And
How
comes
little
through
is he? How short is he?
He's probably like 3'5" or something.
He is a halfling.
Yes, he's a
I
halfling.
just wasn't sure like how little that meant.
He's a halfling merchant. In comes a guy named Pete. Pete is kind of a
Okay.
rough-looking sailor kind of looking guy, and he has a hat on. You know, he's got some weird-looking eyes. He's got some battle scars. He's like, "Here, boss."
Hey, yo, his first name's Pirate? That's the legend right there.
Yeah, I'm Pete. Pete's here, guy. You called me, boss? Yeah, these are the people you're going to be taking out to the lighthouse. You know, they need asking around or take anything off, and he's like, well, just fucking help him out. They seem like they're fresh off the boat themselves.
Let's go with that.
You guys all give him like this fucking blank stare.
I am approximately 3 insults away from releasing my charge on that frostbolt.
Yeah.
I'll use
Karma is wide-eyed at the moment, but
Well, what's Gzane's reaction to Pete?
Just bearable. Doesn't really like give him any peace of mind.
Gzane this is who he was meeting here.
Yeah.
That is correct.
He fucking bumped his head again, didn't he? Of course he was. I was the one first meeting him. I thought you were answering the flyer I posted. Don't just tell me you just fell right off the street in here. It's fucking noon and you're drinking.
You are drinking.
Of course, I'm the boss. I can drink whatever I want. He looks over at Gzane. Right?
Yes, master. It is also my day off.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So 30 ahead?
That's what I said. Unless if you got earwax.
Fine.
Maybe he bumped his head.
He pulls out like a Gnome pocket watch. He like clicks open. He's like, I gotta go to a meeting. Pete, I can take over and help out these newbies. And he like gets out and like walks out of the bar. Gzane, I'll be out on a high pass if you need me. And
Of
bring
course.
those heads when you're done.
Very well.
Toodaloo. He like leaves.
I do not think I have disliked someone so rapidly, so quickly.
This is the first time since we've met that I have been able to 100% agree with you.
I'm glad that we can bond over our mutual disdain, Arundel. Just cheers him with the wine, take a long swig on it.
make that thrice.
Pete comes over and he's like sits down and a little bit. He takes out his pipe and says, "We drinking?"
No, we're leaving.
You
No.
can have a drink if you wish. Gzane, by the way, and I reach over my hand.
Pleasure to meet you. Shakes his head, shakes your hand. The orc and goblin get up and go, by the way.
Well then, Pete. Where's this boat, and how are we supposed to get it back?
The lighthouse is about a couple miles out. We gotta take a boat out there and figure out what the hell's going on.
By boat, you mean an adequately sized vessel, yes, not a row boat, as these fine ladies call it.
I guess.
Oh God. I prefer a carriage, but I make do with what I have.
You
Heck,
guys
amazing.
need anything before we go?
I might
I
pick up a few supplies real quick.
Yeah, sure. Can I still drink them while you do that, or do you need me to show me where the store's at?
I'm sure I can find my way. Thank you, Pete, dear.
You want me just to wait here for you, milady?
Works for me. How about the rest of you?
allow me to accompany you, lady.
Very well.
Same.
Excuse me, elf, and I call out to Arundel again. Are you
That
sure you're not
is not
forgetting
funny.
anything? There's an heirloom you have forgotten to...
Do you have something stuck in your throat, my lady?
The heirloom.
Heirloom. Oh! I pop open the scroll bag and pull it out. Are you referring to this piece of parchment I've taken?
That I am, in fact.
Oh, I see.
I think he wants you to put it back.
Well, that's not happening. It's not like she owned it.
No,
Perhaps
but that
I-
fine lady over there does.
Barkeep
And
is just like
she-
cleaning some bottles right now and cleaning some cups. Because the orcs and stuff like that, you know, they're trying to clean out all that gook they've had in the cups. And she says, "Oh, they made a mess over here." And she begins mopping up like where you threw the fucking over the shoulder.
Whoops.
If you insist, and if we can just move on from this, I'm gonna approach the barkeep.
She's like on her hands and knees with a towel, like scrubbing out. She's like, "Oh, not again." Oh, yes.
I snap my fingers and cast prestidigitation.
You like begin to cast prestidigitation, and you got to get the puddle begins to clean up. Oh, I didn't know you were a bender. I'm sorry, my lord. She gets up and like kind of dusts her pant legs off a little bit.
Think not of it, my lady. In fact, I came here in order to inquire to something I found down there, if you don't mind.
Yes. Did you find something?
Indeed. I reach back into my my scroll case, and pull out the parchment. I happen to find this fascinating piece of parchment. It is. You are aware of what this is, yes?
As you kind of like unfurl the scroll a little bit, and the magical runes are there, and she's like, I don't know what this is. I'm sorry.
I
Said you
see.
found it downstairs?
Indeed.
Oh,
I was wondering if you would be willing to part with this for some coin.
least I could do is give it to you because you helped solve those rats. I mean, thank you so much.
Of course, but I look back over my shoulder and see 4 angry women staring at me. 4 women staring at me.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yes, but I don't believe present company would appreciate if I walked away without giving you something. So I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out a gold piece and just place it into her hand. Please accept this.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Oh, and condolences for your late husband and everything.
I look to the other guys and say, perhaps he has a good heart after all.
As I turn around and walk away, I look like I'm very much sweating, but in a elegant way. Like, God, can't believe I had to do that. All right, I did your dirty work. Can we go now?
We can.
All right, lead on, my lady.
All right, now lead everyone outside. Is there anything that anyone might need before we head out?
Fortunately, I have some of that left over.
But we're just at a we're gonna go to somewhere else to get materials.
Perhaps just to purchase anything that anyone might be missing.
Okay, so we detour by the market square. Is that what I'm thinking here?
Victoria is gonna like keep an eye out for a tailor and try to find just a second pair of clothes so she can wear something else if she needs to besides the dress. Mainly she's thinking if they end up going in the water, she wants something else that she can like change into.
I don't have any. I'm literally. I have nothing in my backpack. I have nothing.
You look over at Venice, she just like turns her pockets inside out.
Basically, except for my gold. Not my gold. Don't let him take that. Yeah.
I'm
okay,
sure
so
I
I need
can
to go with
find
you
these.
guys to go to find a shop.
You guys go and try to find a shop, kind of like maybe a general store. Windstrand isn't a very big place. A smaller city across the river of High Pass. Windstrand is southwest of High Pass. And you kind of go near the market square and you guys find a place called the Jumping Gnome Petstore. And then you just like shrug, I guess, and then you just like walk in.
Oh, I'm going to regret this.
Did you say pet store?
The Jumping Gnome Pet Store. And you walk in, you're a little chingling. And I'm gonna fucking do it.
Don't.
I'm gonna do
Okay,
it.
here we go. What could it be? Oh dear.
Jesus Christ.
Eh! You see this like crazy looking dwarf? Come in! He's got some like, I have the goggles somewhere too, but he's got these little goggles. He's got like a little Smith thing kind of on too, the shoulder, you know, the little bands over his shoulders. Come in before it starts raining.
I stand in the doorway. It just doesn't feel right for a soul dragonborn to walk in with like 4 elves, pretty much.
I just look up. Does it even look like it's about to start raining?
Yeah, it's a little cloudy.
Karma will walk in and bow.
I am no lord. What can I get you there? He kind of tries to look under your hood, Karma. He's like, I'm sorry.
Do you have anything for adventurers?
Adventurers? You're an adventurer?
I suppose I am now.
It's a crude way of putting it.
What adventure are you on?
But do you have a better way of describing our predicament?
Unfortunate employees.
Touche.
I call us friends.
Lovely, Venna.
How may I help you ladies out today? Oh, and sir?
Still stands. I personally
Wait, what?
require maybe a change of traveling clothes and maybe it does look like it's about to rain. Do you potentially sell any bags that are more resistant to the rain?
Bags that are more resistant. That's like a what they call a 4-syllable word. I can't think that hard, but I do have some spare clothes for you.
That was 3 syllables.
Was it 3 or 4?
3, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get them mixed up sometimes.
I can tell.
Oh well and good. Yeah, just perhaps another traveling bag. Oh, and maybe if you have any spare rations for sale.
Rations? You traveling far away?
Unknown, but better to be safe than sorry.
Oh, okay. I think the rations are about 6 silver pieces apiece. How many would you like? Salt and nuts.
I think
All
I'll
kinds of stuff to help you good on the road, like a trail mix.
say 6. Okay, so
6 silver pieces.
all right.
They'll last for a long time, though. That's why they're so good. They're salted.
How many do we think we're gonna need?
That's what I was.
Well, it's only an hour away, so I doubt we'll actually need 1, but maybe 2 just to be safe.
Right.
In case we get lost on our way there, so we have enough to get there and to get back. Since I don't think any of us are good at hunting, unless if I'm mistaken.
No, I think that assumption is quite correct, at least on my front. I'll take 5 of those rations.
Okay. He takes your coin. He gives you some salted rations.
All right.
And you said you wanted some clothes. That'll be 2 gold and 3 silver.
Very well. Should do that.
Hand you some traveler's clothes. Can I help any of you other ladies out? And sir?
You have any mice?
Yes, I do. Right over here. 2 copper for a mouse. You want one?
How many of them are there?
There's like they're like in a little swarm.
Mm.
Which one do you like?
I'm going to pick the healthiest one I can find, like something that looks like it's running faster than the others, maybe jumping a little higher, maybe a little bigger.
Don't be scared. Go in there and pick it out for yourself.
You think I'm going to reach in there with my hand?
Well, yeah, that's the way you got to friend them now, don't you?
Oh dear. Arundel is going to reach into his pocket and put on a glove, a white glove. And he's going to very carefully make sure that he puts a little bit of rope to tie his sleeve shut so nothing runs up there. He's going to keep his head away as he reaches down.
Aren't you just a real cautious one now? But that's what the adventurers do, don't they? They're always thinking ahead, using their big brains. I like that.
Yes, that is what I'm doing. Let's call it that. And I just pluck one up.
You see a few of them try to nibble at your arm, so you're probably right to tie it off. And you pick one out and you put it up and he says, "What are you going to call it?"
Snack.
Snack?
Yes.
Are you going to eat it?
No.
Oh, it's kind of a weird name, isn't it?
Do you have a cage?
Yeah, right here. He gives you a small little cage, 2 copper pieces for the whole thing.
All right. I'll reach into my pocket and put a gold down.
Put a gold down. He hands you 9 silver and 8 copper and change.
Appreciate it.
And what about you? Do you guys need any pets? You don't want to be traveling alone out there.
I asked if he has. Do you have any like a cape with the hood?
You want
Something
to be
to shelter me from the
mysterious, like a
rain.
friend there? He points over to Karma.
Yes.
It is the
Ah.
We're
fashion.
going to be twins.
You guys are so mysterious. Why do you want to do that? You have such good faces.
The rain. I'm just going to protect. I want to protect my hair and my ears from the rain.
How nice of a cape do you want, my lady?
Just one that just water resistant.
Water resistant? What does that mean?
Leather. She's looking for leather.
Oh, pigskin.
That will do.
Oh, okay. I just got this back from the tanners right now. He hands you one that costs you a silver piece.
So I don't know the conversion, so I'll give you 1 gold and then you tell me the rest.
He hands you 9 silver back.
And nobody uses Electrum because that shit sucks.
You are really educated talking about Electrum like that? I haven't heard that term in, I don't know, a few decades. Are you from the Isles by chance?
Perhaps.
Well, you are an adventurer traveling so far. Why did you come to this shithole? Are you all together?
For now, yes.
Well, what is the name of your party?
Oh god, we're not doing this.
We will not be staying around for that long.
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something. Maybe after our first little outing. What do you think, Benna, Karma? I feel like you are very creative name givers.
I'm not sure. What about you?
I will have a name by the time we get to the boat.
Man, you guys left Pirate Pete back at the bar. Right? He's just probably getting sloshed right before you guys go out.
Do you have any candles or chalk by chance?
You just want some candles?
And some chalk.
What are you gonna make a drawing?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I know. Do you have any bags?
I've heard there's trolls out there.
Well, I need something to carry something back.
Did you say trolls live there?
Oh,
A
dear.
lot of trolls out there.
I will be needing some torches.
How many torches you want?
At least 10. Do you have that many?
Yeah, you want some torches?
But why they insisted on torches?
Yeah.
That's the third time! I want to die!
Now we kill. Das Dingo.
Is it dead? Please don't.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're the one who mentioned them, though.
Just hand over the torches, please.
Want a copper piece of torch?
Okay. And I dropped them on the table right before him.
How's that cloak fitting on you, milady?
Wonderful.
You want a sack?
I will take that as a no.
If I say yes, can we leave?
Also, can everybody swim?
Possibly.
You can't swim.
I'd prefer
No.
not to, but I can.
Okay.
I come from the
Alright.
mainland. We don't have waters so far.
All right, should we go find Pete then before he gets a little too sloshed to be able to even row. I am so sorry for you, Gzane. How can you stand that man?
I have to.
That was an answer I should have really expected.
Well, he is a slave, so it's only to be expected.
I just knuckle a fist and wave it in front of Arendelle.
I don't understand the aggression, I'm simply stating an observation.
You need
The
to
mark
learn
is
to
quite
keep your
obvious.
tongue to yourself, Elf.
You guys head back to the Golden Chain,
Yep.
and you see Pete. You look through the window, and you see Pete in there. He's drinking a little bit.
Oh dear, I don't.
You guys walk in. He gets his hat on. He's just drinking and smoking his pipe in there. Are we ready to go?
Are you ready to go?
Aye, Captain.
How you
I'm
feeling,
sorry, I
Pete?
can't hear you.
I ain't a captain. I'm just Pete. You can call me Pirate Pete if you want.
Yeah, but aren't you the captain of the boat? Or who's going to be the captain then?
Oh god.
No, I don't know. You want to spin a bottle for it?
Goodness, no.
That's
Let's
what
just
the boat
move.
is.
After this way. He's just walking through the town. He's walking for a while. He's like, we gotta go this way. The docks are way out there. It's quite a little hike. We gotta walk for about 30 minutes. Are you gonna be okay?
Of course.
And it starts to rain a little bit, right?
Umbrella.
Yeah. You take out your umbrella.
I know it's not technically a concentration spell, but I'm gonna hold cast prestidigitation at a
Kinda
continuous rate.
above yourself to try to
Yep.
hold a little field of magic or whatever above your head, so it's like a little
Yep.
field.
It's like an invisible umbrella.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive there. What you doing there, sir?
It's a simple trick. You don't need to worry about it.
Did you have to go to school for something like that?
Yes.
Or you could just buy a hat.
I'd rather not. Hats don't look good on me.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold out the umbrella to also like Venna and Karma. Like, I don't know if you want to walk onto this. It should be big enough for all of us.
You guys are just walking on your way through the forest.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I think I would look over my shoulder a couple of times just to make sure nobody is trailing us.
Make a perception roll.
Never mind, it was a 9, so not that good.
That's an 11.
How did all you guys meet? Seemed like a big, strange group of people here.
Now, I don't know how this group was formed, but I know they're capable of combat.
I met them on my way into town.
You must be the crazy ones, really, Dan.
Why?
You know, sometimes these seas can be kind of rough, but the Lynx they want to get that lighthouse working again, so you know they can help the ships come in. You know.
I guess we are. So we're investigating the lighthouse then, not the ship.
Well, there's a ship out there, I think, but there's a lighthouse or something too. They want you to make sure you know that shit's working.
Sure. I suppose we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah, I wish I was rich. Then I could have my own boat.
I guarantee you, if you were rich, you would not purchase a boat.
I probably would spend it all on holes and booze. You got me there, one, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh,
That's not where I was going with that, but all right then.
darling.
Bean is amused.
This is a very well crafted parasol. Where did you get it?
Oh, I had it commissioned actually. You see, I find that most parasols that you buy are quite brittle. I wanted something a little more sturdy, so I had it commissioned actually.
Oh, it's quite lovely. They did expert craftsmanship.
Thank you. I like it as well. It was kind of difficult to convince them to put in more of the iron ribbing on the inside, but I think it turned out quite nice actually.
Is it heavy? You seem to be carrying it pretty effortlessly.
Oh, it's quite heavy, but it's all right. A funny story about that actually. Someone tried to steal it from me, and well, he's a skinny armed little lad, so he didn't quite get far. He wasn't expecting it to, not go anywhere when he picked it up.
Thieves, they never think before they act.
That's all right. Everyone's just doing the best they can, I suppose, even if his intention was not nice. No harm, no. I'll say, I don't mean it to be rude, but you both, well, Venna, both you and Arendelle look to be quite young for elves.
I just give you a quirky look.
I am old enough to be your grandmother's mother.
And you're still young to be an elf. You're, what, 130, give or take?
20, but yes.
We're both, yeah, because I'm only 105. I don't feel a day over 94.
In the world of Gzane, elves are immortal. They cannot die through natural means.
Can't kill me.
Really starting out on your journeys, I'd presume.
I started wandering for the first time, yes. Though my journey began quite a few decades ago.
Sounds like you've had a lot of hardship, Arendelle.
You could say that.
Pegged a little wrong. I don't think Karma's the one that's all dark and mysterious. Arendelle, I think you're doing your best to put on that front, just without all the black.
Oh, God.
Just because you wear a red top.
I could have been
Tell
an
you
inn owner.
What?
What?
I could have owned an inn by now.
Are
That
we-
is fascinating, I think.
Well, that dream just went up in an explosion.
Tell you what, ladies. If we make it through the night, I'll tell you something about myself.
You think
about
we're gonna
that?
die on the first day?
I just turn around and look over my shoulder.
Oh,
Maybe.
I look around to see what I see.
it's like forest, rain, mud, thundering clouds in the distance.
And it's only about 1 p.m.
It's around 2:30 right now. And you look up ahead in the distance, like over the horizon. You guys have been walking for about 15 or 20 minutes. You do see like an island, and you see the lighthouse out there. See, I told you, it's right over there. He'd always finds his mark.
Joy.
Pete, how long have you been pirating?
Longer than you. Long time.
I give him a little elbow nudge because I'm like, since you're a pirate, you probably have a
Arr.
flask.
Yeah, dude, of course I do. You want to swing?
In
You
the
know,
name of friendship
A friendship?
and camaraderie.
Yeah? Where you been you been sailing somewhere? Where you been a sailor at?
Oh, I am no sailor.
Really?
you know, Pete, another thing pirates tend to have are bounties.
Yeah, you got a
Booties.
bounty on Pete?
Does Pete have a bounty?
I don't think so.
That's honestly not surprising. No offense.
Yeah. You know, a lot of pirates, they get their gold and they spend it, and Pete's the same way. I don't have a fucking dime to my name. That's why I'm leading you losers out here.
Oh god, we're going to die.
This group needs confidence.
All I have seen any of us do is explode a few rats.
To be fair, you
I
have
could-
known us for an hour.
That is fair. I've only known you for a few hours, yes.
Few hours.
But,
And they were pretty vicious rats.
You were very vicious rats.
oh yes, absolutely. I'm glad those things no longer exist. However, I believe a few trials and tribulations are in order, so before we can call ourselves as the shopkeeper called us, a adventuring party, I believe we should at least test ourselves first. No?
And I thought I was done with adventures.
Were you adventurer before?
Yeah, that's how I ended up in this predicament.
Oh, does it have something to do with this explosion you mentioned earlier?
I'll tell you on the way, but I don't want to, like, right here. Doesn't feel right.
Oh, all right.
Blessings to Lanier. It's starting to clear up a little bit. Yeah, I like this. A little windy, though, as we kind of get close to the shore. You know, and he's like, there she is. He points to, like, a rowboat. It's got a little awning on it, though. He's like, yeah, I tied it up yesterday just to make sure it wasn't going to get stolen. Nobody was able to steal Pete's boat.
I want to assess the rowboat and just try and see if, like, this will hold across the water.
Hey there, there's no holes in this rowboat. Pete took care of this boat here.
Is there something I can do to check on Pete?
What do you want to do? Make an insight roll on Pete?
Yeah, I want to check out Pete. I feel
Make
like he's gonna sink us in this boat. or something.
You're a little skeptical. Good old.
I had the
pirate
same
Pete?
idea. Can I offer a help action?
Yeah, you both give Pete a good stern look as he looks there. The lighthouse in the distance looks like a little dilapidated, like it hasn't been used in a long time. You guys don't trust Pirate Pete. What the hell? Who else you gonna trust out in this world?
That guy just met.
Perhaps someone who actually knows how to make a boat.
I see Karma rolled a 9, and you rolled an 8 plus 3. Pete seems like a little buzzed, but you know, he takes his pipe out and he's like smoking his pipe a little bit. And he's like, well, just don't stand there, get on. So let's shove off. Ready to go or what?
If I get on that boat, I'm going to die.
If what?
What?
Can you not swim?
Of course I can swim. I'd rather not, but
Then you're not going to die.
Yeah, you have your mouse to save you.
I'm going to get on the boat now.
I'm gonna get on the boat and I'm gonna make sure that I sit next to Gzane.
After I get on the boat, you can immediately see after I sit down, my fingers are gripped. I have this boat in a death grip right now.
You're a liar.
How do we know if we can? We don't have a thing if we can swim or not. Is that that's
Karma
not
will
a thing, is it?
snicker. Good.
Have none of you guys sailed on a boat before?
I don't do boats. I do airships. This is barbaric. Why would anyone want to beat? Oh, what's this really?
Please
Oh,
do not
Sit
throw up on
down.
my ropes.
Just look over the side of the boat, dear.
Oh,
I
why
have-
do I feel like?
We haven't left the shore.
Look over
Oh,
the side of the
what-
boat. Watch the rocking of the waves.
Why is there a burning sensation going up my throat?
We're not even rocking. Calm down.
Now, Elf, as mildly as entertaining as this is, I can help you if you will allow me.
Yes, anything, just please. Oh God, my heart is about to
Okay,
explode.
I reach over with my hand, I put it on his shoulder, and I use my lay of hands points to cure poison. I think that
Feel
would
like the
help.
warm touch of Gzane come over you, Arendelle, and the seasickness, that like pit in your throat, kind of comes out and goes away.
I'll enjoy it on the way back home.
I'd appreciate it if you never spoke of this again. I say as I slide a gold piece towards her.
Meanwhile, we're all staring at him.
You see Petey's trying to push off. He's like, help me out there, big fella. He looks over at Gzane.
Coming! I don't even take the coin. Okay, it just sounds constipated.
Yeah, right.
He's pushing it and like slowly, like inch by inch, and he like kind of comes out. And Pete's kind of a bigger guy, so he kind of like lumbers into the boat.
He gets to hit
He
the
like
gym.
falls over a little bit. He's like, yeah. You grab that other oar over there. I'll grab this one.
Okay.
Let's roll our butts right over there. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sooner we're
Okay,
off of
make
this thing,
space.
the better.
Make space.
Yeah. 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 The sun is out. Venna, you look up. You take off your hoodie that you had your rain-resistant leather hoodie on. And-
hoodie.
And you look up, and the sun is shining as it peers through the cloudy sky. Everybody makes a perception roll.
Okay.
Oh no.
Let's say the DC is 12.
Oh!
30-20 from Gzane. So only one
21.
person in the party needs to make it.
11.
21.
14.
You see it there, Gzane? Like as we're getting closer to the lighthouse, as we're rowing across, you kind of like look over your shoulder as you're rowing, and you see like another island kind of close by. You squint a little bit with your dragon eyes. It must be like the dragon blood coursing in as your eyes, the cat eyes, kind of slit inwards a little bit, and you see it.
The focus, yeah.
Yeah, you see like a ruined ship, like a maroon ship up there, but it's like broken apart, right?
Oh,
The
oh. Hold on. There's something over here.
You stop rowing.
Yeah, look over there.
Pete looks over there. He's like, I can't see what you're talking about.
There's this tiny island. There's a boat crashed into it, I think. Hard to make out the details, but there could be some valuables on board. You want a detour?
That could be the ship that
I don't see any
Lord
survivors.
Colin was talking about.
Please, just let's get this over with. I might not feel queasy right now, but I'd rather not test my luck, as you would.
Perhaps we should deal with the lighthouse to prevent any further problems before the storm.
Perhaps that's a
Something
wise
to
idea.
alarm.
You're clever than you look.
Is that an insult or a compliment?
I'm not
A
sure.
compliment.
Perhaps both.
I see. A insultlement.
Do not make new words up in my presence.
You Southerners are fascinating.
You guys feel the boat like rocking a little bit more. What do you want to say, Victoria?
I'm going to apparate my dove, and I'm going to send her around just to do a loop in that area, and I'm going to lose my senses, and I'm going to look through her eyes.
As your eyes flicker and you enter the body of your dove that you let go, you guys see Victoria's eyes, her eyes just like roll up into her head, and you just see the like white of her eyes, and it seems like, you know, they're flickering back and forth. You okay?
Ah, I see. She must not be very used to being a owner of a familiar. I'll say as I reach over to her face and just close her eyelids. Typically, you need to close your eyes before you start the connection, but it's a novice mistake. It can be forgiven.
Curious.
And Victoria can't feel anything in her natural body when she enters the form of her dove, though, but it's very freeing, Victoria, entering like a spirit almost of another creature. You know, the people that desire to always fly and be free for most people, this is one way to obtain it, through powerful magic. And to feel the sea air blow across your wings, the heights that you could never achieve by just walking across the land, is truly exhilarating. The boat begins to rock a lot more, though. Oh, ew, what's going on? Everybody rolls initiative, and I'll load up the map.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh dear.
shit.
Did you just put me in a boat battle? Oh God!
Hold on to your horses.
Eat some
getting
chips
a
and
little
leave the
choppy.
mic open. Sorry,
It's
guys, I'm
not a
making
wave.
too much noise just eating chips.
So I'm currently looking through the eyes
Doritos.
of another creature. I cannot see, I cannot hear, but I can still feel my own body. Do I feel the ship lurch in a way that
You-
would alert me that something's up?
You feel my hand grab your shoulder.
All right. Oh, I hope it's really. Oh, it's gonna be stress on action to come back.
We'll say it's an action to go in and out of the creature.
All right. I come back to myself and. Oh, okay. All right.
The water elemental does its. That's the end of your turn.
Well, that's just my action. So I think for my movement,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stand up.
Yeah.
I want to get up in front of the elemental and basically try to put myself between our two spellcasters here.
You're gonna waste a rage now.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna sit there and take it in the face. All right, that's my turn. I'm just gonna move.
Hey, yo.
When I move the initiative count like that, you hear that little sound effect. That means I move to the next turn. The initiative count. The boat tries to get capsized. Everybody makes a DC 15 strength check to hold on as the boat begins to tip over. So Vena.
No, it's a 14!
Yes, you missed.
Ah,
You
18,
fall
yeah.
over
What
into
do I
the
have to roll?
water.
I'm sorry.
Karma, are you still in the boat or are you off? the boat?
I fell over with Aaron.
Splash.
Can I, as a reaction, reach out for Arendelle?
Sure. Arendelle can re-roll his saving throw.
That's a hard no.
The awning on the boat breaks as the waves crash into it, and this back fin, like part of it, breaks off. If you fail the saving throw, you're in the water then, and unless you're like an aquatic creature with some type of natural swim speed, you attack at disadvantage. Gzane is up.
Okay. Is there any space for, like, moving up to attack the creature?
Yeah, you can go up and attack it if you want.
Okay. I will move
Just
up in
remember,
between
I'm not there.
everybody and just thrust my dagger forward.
Is that all you have as a dagger?
Yeah.
Why?
That's the best I could do.
14.
Okay, here we roll.
The AC is what we call the armor class. of the
Ah,
monster.
shit.
You have to roll to hit. If your hit roll meets the armor class, you hit the creature and can do damage to it. Otherwise, the attack either is blocked or missed. Gzane swings out with his dagger. It just hits against water as your hand just kind of bellows in through the water and pulls out. The creature really takes no damage. Karma's up.
How do you damage water?
You kill rat, now face water.
Channel divinity, path to the grave on the creature.
Okay, that means that you do double damage to it.
No, it means whoever attacks it next does double damage.
This is just for this round or something, right?
Until it's attacked next. And
Is that the end of your turn, Karma?
yeah, but I'm gonna try to tread water with whatever actions and movement I have left.
I got a 9, right? So I'm in the water.
Yes, you're in the water, so any attack roll you do is at disadvantage.
Is it an action or movement to get back into the boat?
It's a movement, but it's just climbing up into the boat. But the boat is just getting rocked by this watery form. Yeah.
Les shoot water.
Is this music from the Darkest Dungeon?
Yes, it is.
Yes!
My palms start sweating. I start feeling so anxious. I'm like, what is that? Like, oh.
Of course.
I don't know.
PTSD.
And as it slowly
I know.
waddles
I
across
don't
your
know what
screen,
my computer hates this website. They need to develop an app.
waddles across, tipping back and forth. A natural 20. That means
Holy
you
shit.
critically hit.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you remember in our house rules, we have something called super crits. Roll the d4, hit the button again. If you roll another 20, you do quad damage.
Do it again?
Yes. Do it again. Oh, look at that one. She cast a big firebolt.
Let's watch it slowly go.
Slowly whittling across the stream. This adds to the suspense, guys. Isn't it incredible?
Terrible. I'm gonna have to make sure I have a
You can do like a little
screen
coffee
just
break
as-
in between
Oh,
die rolls. It's great. So you didn't roll it. So now roll 1d10. Let's see the die roll right next to it. It says 1d10.
The monster is
little-
vulnerable to the attack as well.
Yes. So roll that attack, right? Roll the
Where do I do
1d10 right there.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Right, it's right next to that D4, right? So it kind of helps you.
Got it.
So what we do with the monster is you do 10 damage automatically because we do max damage on the roll when we do criticals, right? And then we'll do this damage, whatever she rolls, and add that to it.
But this doesn't do anything.
Another max damage. Your first critical hit of the game, Venna.
Oh my
You'll
god.
now become a power gamer. How does it feel?
That was wonderful. It's like the D&D Beyond New. I was new.
You've
That
done.
made me feel good.
You've done 20 damage to the water elemental, and you said it's vulnerable. Let me double check. You guys are kicking ass. It is. Is it vulnerable to this damage? I don't see it's vulnerable.
With Path to the Grave, it's vulnerable.
Oh, that's right. Because the next attack, Karma did it. Wow. So you see what happened here is Karma debuffed the creature, allowing you to do double damage, and then Venna hit with a critical attack, doing max damage on the D10 plus another D10 for the critical. So Venna does 40 damage to the water elemental. Water elemental is badly damaged. Arendelle is up.
Arendelle managed to grab onto the side of the boat before plummeting into the depths below. And as he props himself up, like he puts the rim of the boat under his shoulder, he snaps his hand and the spell book forms there as he whispers an arcane word, Cristili, as like a fan of cold shoots out from his fingers as I cast Frost Fingers.
Awesome.
It needs to make a con save.
I roll a natural 3, so with the modifier it's 7. So I failed the saving throw.
All right, it takes full cold damage.
You see the wintry winds catch across the salt breeze. It takes 11 cold damage. But as you see, as it begins to solidify, parts of it crack off into icy chunks. You hear them splash across the water right in front of you, Victoria. Are you guys going to kill this fucking creature? This wasn't supposed to happen.
It's movement. It's I'm pretty sure that if it's a water elemental, if it takes cold damage, its movement is reduced.
Yes. We'll say its movement is reduced. You see a pirate peeps up. He's like, what the hell is that thing? Victoria's up.
Well, it looks like everyone's out of the water that's in danger, so I'm gonna hit it. So I'm gonna take my parasol and make sure it's nice and tight. I'm gonna give it a bonk. Well, no, that's an 8.
Do you want to attack recklessly though?
Oh, that's right. I can do that. Yeah, I'll attack recklessly. I think she just gives out a cry as she just two hands this iron parasol that she carries around. Especially seeing that, now that Arendelle is safe and not drowning off the side of the boat because she knew he was freaking lying. And she puts that rage kind of into the swing. Okay, that is
17.
Then plus 2.
Bludgeoning damage. What the fuck, guys?
If we're adding that plus 2, that'll be a 19.
Yes, so 19. That's right, because it does a little bit of extra damage minus another 2. The water elemental is bloodied. When I say a creature is bloodied, it's below half of its HP. Water elemental attacks you with advantage, though, Victoria.
Yep.
So it has 1 attack.
Okay.
It does hit you with a 24 or 13 bludgeoning damage.
Reduced to 7?
Yes, that's right, because you have to keep track of your own resistances. The wave surges, rise, and then crashing down with the roar onto you. The water rushes in all directions, filling every available space in an instant, and then suddenly it crashes down. It rises up once more, inexplicably. Gzane is up.
Let's try and give it another thrust. And as I do that, I will also yell to Pete, whatever it is, just kill it!
I don't know how much this boat's gonna hold together.
Ah, shit. That's probably not good enough.
Start batting the latches. It has an AC, I think, of 14, I said?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's not gonna good
it's
enough.
by 1. Unfortunately, this Princess Victoria is showing you up, Gzane. Karma's up.
I just say a chant and I make a hex with my hands in the air.
Awesome. Then is up.
I saw her cast that next to me. I'm like, what the?
Then is up.
I think I'm just going to try to attack with my crossbow.
Or you can attack using the firebolt again. It's totally up to you. Roll
Oh, I can still use that as many times?
as many times as you want. That's what the cantrips are about.
I don't know
It is
cantrips.
an
I thought it was like a
at-will.
one-time.
You
Okay.
are a powerful sorcerer drawn from the dragon blood itself.
Well, we should do that again. Do
I
fire
forgot how
Yes.
your wild magic stuff works, though, too. Roll a d20 to see if the wild magic goes off. I think if you roll a 1, wild magic, you roll the wild magic chart. But roll a d20 to begin.
Just roll a 20 dice.
Random chaos, yes. As you tap into your inner power of unbelievable fire. Almost. You roll a 2, but the wild magic surge doesn't go off. Now roll to hit. Using the firebolt cantrip again, just like you did before, Venna.
Doing it. Rolling.
There you go.
Come on, baby.
And you roll a natural 1, which means an automatic miss. Arendelle is up.
Now that he has a bit of distance, Arendelle has regained some of his composure and is now properly ready to begin a duel. He has his hand out with his book hovering just a few inches above as he begins his next incantation. Isikri! As he flicks his wrist and casts Frostbolt in the hit. So that misses.
Flickers through, but some of the water ripples around it and it passes right through. No damage is taken. Captain says, I gotta keep the boat together. He pulls out a hammer and some nails and starts just nailing shit down. He drops his pipe. Victoria's up.
Perhaps a bucket to be more efficient. I'm gonna hit it again.
You want to do it with a reckless attack this time?
No, I do not.
That hits with a 22.
Hit. Oh, max damage.
Woo! Wow.
Let's go.
18 damage.
Yeah, baby! That's what we're waiting for.
This creature is badly wounded. The elemental again's turn is up. It begins to charge. I think I could just do this ability again. It focuses around it. It creates a vortex of when everybody makes a strength saving throw again. It tries to tear open the boat.
Oh dear.
This time I'm going to be evil, though.
Give me a good one. Give me a good one.
And I do the damage to you as the boat begins to rip apart.
No. Oh,
You save, so you're still on the boat, Venna, but everybody takes 7 bludgeoning damage. And the boat begins to tear apart. I would probably say like this kind of stuff. It's starting to give way! Gzane is up.
Ah! Wizard, you know something. Can you do it again?
In response to that, you see bubbles coming out of the water.
You look back.
Damn
you
it, Wizard!
You got rocked off.
I slash across the elemental this time.
Poor Gzane
Hit it.
needs a weapon.
Finally!
Yes, you hit. Nice.
Okay,
Roll
and I will
damage with your powerful
I will
dagger.
layer what is it? A smite onto that.
Yes. Come on, get final hit, dagger wielder.
I have never heard of a dagger using a smite. I've heard of pins using smite. I've heard of bricks using smite, but never a dagger. Isn't that weird?
Probably because it's such an underused weapon for a paladin.
Roll damage with a
Okay.
D4.
Ooh!
Max damage. Wow.
Okay.
You plunge your dagger deep into the water elemental, and it begins to glow, a white glow. You see a large burst of water explode right in front of you as the smite damage hits. Now you roll 2d8, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
2d8. Radiant.
12.
Yes! It's dead!
Still alive.
It's on death's door. Karma's up.
Shit.
Unfucking believable.
Well,
Yes.
time to toll the dead then.
Come on, Karma. Come on, girl.
Wisdom saving throw, 14 minus 4 because of Bane.
Yes. What's the save?
14.
I roll a natural 19. Minus 3, 17, so it passes the effect. It doesn't do half damage, does it?
I'm not sure if told that does
It's
that.
a cantrips. Cantrips don't do half
Nope.
damage.
Nah, nothing happens.
Look at you, Arendelle. You went to school somewhere in the Isles of Aetherless. Then is up.
All right. So
Yes, unfortunately, I wasn't on the diving team.
I'm gonna do my crossbow this time. I'm on the
Okay.
boat, aren't I? I think
You can shoot with your crossbow. You roll the attack roll with the crossbow. Then you hit with a 22. Roll damage with the crossbow bolt.
feeling lucky, punk.
Watch it be 2.
Don't say it. Don't
Come
jinx
on.
it.
Come on.
You jinxed it.
Oh!
Yes!
Venna, how do you kill the water elemental?
Oh, man.
Never mind.
So I walk up to it. I take my crossbow. I grab it by the top of its head, and I just shoot it in the eyeball.
Whatever you think is an eye, water begins to drip out, and you just see its cohesion flash. But then you feel the boat begin to tip. Get on the paddles, quick! Hurry up! We gotta get to shore before this thing falls over.
I got one.
Pirate Pete is doing the best he can as you guys do it, and now what I'll do is I'll move you guys.
It is
up.
at this time that you remember. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Arendelle is not on the boat.
Victoria would immediately
Bye-bye.
go and get Arendelle.
I'm sorry. I'm bad for you.
I'm gonna reach over and like grab you by the arm and pull you in. You lied!
Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Damn your pride, you fool! Slam down the bench.
Gzane,
Oh,
Sorry, I'm so pissed!
I understand. I'm sorry.
is anybody injured? Was it only
I
the
am
boat?
I am in incredible pain.
I'm injured, but
I say this as I show you a broken forearm. I am at 3 HP.
Oh,
I go over to Arendelle, grab his arm, and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Take 12 healing.
Overheal. My arm is completely restored.
You feel the arm begin to wince back. You see the joint and the contusion of the bone, and the skin begins to overlay itself, folding back into itself. The gashes close, and the bones knit together instantly.
Never took you for one of the divine types.
We'll have our surprises, don't we?
Yes. Yes, we do.
What was that?
An elemental. Though how it got here, that is the question.
and more importantly, how are we gonna prove that we killed it? It has no head.
We have 5 witnesses.
You look over the side, Venna, and the water's like crashing up against this rickety dock.
You, Dave, or whatever your name was, fix the boat.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna need some of that lumber, though.
we can look for it.
I'm gonna wait here, though.
Yeah.
If there's any more of those things out there, I don't know if Pirate Pete can handle something like that.
You just stay here, buddy.
You got any healing for me? I took a little bit of a beating, too. He pulls up his shirt. It's like bruised,
Okay.
his torso.
I give him like 2 points of like lay on hands.
Is that fucking it? Well, I'll just be working with my good arm, man.
I have summoned my staff, and I am now leaning on it a little bit, but that's how I'm going to be walking for right now.
Is anyone else feeling under the weather?
Myself, I'm not feeling quite as well as I would like. 50%.
Well, come
feeling
here. Let me
Exactly, 50%.
tend to your wounds.
Thank you, Karma.
I'm gonna put my hand on her head and cure wounds.
Maybe we want to just rest for a minute. Maybe before we catch a spell, maybe we just want to rest for a moment, and if we end up encountering another battle, that we're not going to be too weak to. Especially how many times we had to go swimming after Arendelle.
True, he is a liability.
Alright, fuck off. I go to the land. I don't want to be anywhere near the water right now.
While you're on the shore, you'll walk down the docks. You look back. Windstrand really isn't on the shore per se. Pirate Pete waits here, near the boat. He wants to make sure that, you guys can maybe bring him some lumber or something so he could patch it up so we could make it back to shore without swimming all the way across.
As we short rest, I use my arcane recovery and regain my first level spell slot that I used.
Yeah. So also you can use hit dice to regenerate your HP. The hit dice is based upon your class that you picked. So for instance, Venna, who's a sorcerer, it's a D6 plus
As
her
is for
con
me.
mod. Yeah, it's a D6 plus your con mod. If you want to roll it, you can. This can also act as healing. You can use this ability also during combat as an action to heal yourself in combat. Sort of like a healing potion. This is something called a healing surge. It's like catching your wind, resolving your morals, standing your ground type thing. You're able
That's
to
under
regain.
the saving throws?
It's under. You have to click short rest in your character sheet, and it'll pull up maybe something with the hit dice.
Okay.
Are you still wounded, Venna?
Yeah, nobody healed me. I have I have 7 out of 14.
And maybe
Then it looks kind of bloodied a little bit, like she got hit a little bit. You see a little blood come down her nose.
I noticed that nobody has tended to her, so I'll walk over to her, and I have my back turned to everybody else, so only she sees me, but I'll open up my coat and just swiftly pull out a potion of greater healing and just drop it in her hand and turn around before she can say anything.
So you gave it to me? Wait, you
Yeah.
used it on me? Okay.
I gave you a potion of greater healing.
So what does that mean?
I'll just roll the hit dice for you, and I'll remove it from my character sheet. All right, so that's 4d4 plus 4 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just want to
It's a
mention
bit
that
much
when
for
he walked
such a
up
lot.
to me and he opened his jacket, I got scared for a second.
I just pull out a switchblade and yeah, you recovered 13 HP.
Oh, so I'm good.
It's a bit much for such a light wound, but I didn't need it, so you know.
So now I'm
I
just
got
back at my even 14.
Yeah.
You're back at max HP.
Okay,
Think of it like Elden Ring.
Right.
Except it doesn't recharge.
Drink my flask.
I just wasted 100 gold on you. Appreciate this.
That was very kind of you, sir. Thank you. I
No,
feel.
that-
Oh God, I feel
that was
great
sarcasm.
now. Thanks.
That was sarcasm. I'm rich.
So DM, we can use is it the healing surge and hit dice, or it's one or the other for a short rest?
It's the same thing. How it's done in D&D Beyond is you click the short rest button and use your hit dice to heal. Otherwise, you can keep track of it manually. Your hit dice refresh after a long rest. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Half of your hit dice refresh after a long rest, which is the first 3 hours of a long rest.
Gotcha. All right. I spent a healing die during our short rest.
I saw that. You spent half of your hit dice because you have 2 because you're a level 2 barbarian.
Yep. And I'll use 1 just in cases.
Sure. What else? What do you guys do? You stand across the shore. I linked the picture of the lighthouse in there. It looks quite dilapidated, but it is imposing.
Karma, did you say that you used that cure wounds on me, or did you save it?
I saved it, but would you
think
like me to?
No, I think I'm only 8 down, so maybe save it
Okay.
just in case.
Is anyone else in desperate need of healing?
No, I have full health again, which isn't saying much.
Okay.
Typical wizards.
Hey.
Karma's gonna brush herself off.
I just look up at this horrifying piece of construction, if it could even be called that, and I'm just, if this thing was actually doing what a lighthouse would do, I am not surprised there's a shipwreck no more than 200 feet from it.
Yeah, good point.
Perhaps we should investigate this first. I doubt that could a water elemental do something to the lighthouse?
Unlikely.
Have you noticed
What?
how quiet it is?
I hadn't. It's not with Arendelle here.
Rude.
I cast
I just
Divine
want to look
Sense.
up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, Divine Sense. You touch your amulet again.
Indeed.
Nothing is revealed.
Okay, I step just quietly closer.
I'll just, since nobody else is gonna take lead, I'll take point and lead us up the stairs.
What do you want to say, Venna?
I was just gonna ask, are we at the door, or how far are we from the entranceway of the?
Look on the map. Look on the models, right?
We're still on the
On
beach.
Tailspire, right?
Probably a good 100 feet.
I got you on the beach, right?
I don't see it on the beach. Sorry, but I probably messed something up.
Messing something up, that's okay. D&D is meant to be broken. How does that help? Does that recenter your model at all?
No, I moved. I moved now. I wasn't in the focus. I got it.
You got it. So you're on the beach right now. You look up and you see this imposing lighthouse, which is sort of the picture I linked to you. But we also use the Tailspire model here too, right?
Yep.
As I'm walking towards the steps up to the lighthouse, I'm just prestidigitating myself to get my clothes dry.
Samesies.
I'll be behind Erangale.
You climb up the steps. They're rough, right? I'm just going to move. Some of you guys aren't here in Tailspire. Gzane and Arundel are not. So I'm just going to kind of move you guys slowly up. As Arundel takes point to lead the group, he slowly moves up this rock face. They were carved out maybe long ago. The waves crash out. It's quite eerie here, right?
I would just like to prepare or like listen for like anything, any sounds at all on the island.
Make a perception roll.
Okay, here we are.
The dice roll I made is the counter roll.
Ooh.
So even though you see the roll, you don't know if I rolled like a natural 20 or a natural 1. You look around, and this is an island, and it's been vacant for a long time, Gzane. You don't see any foot tracks around. There isn't another sign of life beyond the strange encounter with the water being that almost capsized the boat. Do we push ahead?
Yes, but before we actually enter, I would propose something to the rest of the party. Now, before we enter, I would just like to say that this place is horribly dilapidated, beyond repair even. Perhaps it would just be best to burn it down.
We do need wood. We could just pluck on from the walls or whatever.
Yes, but, I mean, look at the wood, I say as I just take my staff and hit the side of the wall.
It'll float.
Yes, but will it be able to maintain our weight?
It's better than nothing. Would you rather chop down these trees down there? And I point to the trees.
I have nothing to chop with, so no.
Well, perhaps we also have the shipwreck over there. I don't know if taking apart the lighthouse is the best idea. We also have that ship on the other side that might have some carpentry supplies.
All right, well, I heard my complaints. Onwards?
While they're talking, I would like to use Divine Sense and cast Eyes of the Grave. So like Karma's just going to be chanting to herself.
Kind of just looking out. How do your eyes look, Karma, when you cast that spell?
They definitely glaze over. But Karma tucks her head and brings her hands to her chest. And I'm looking for any undead within 60 feet of me that are not covered by total cover.
Do you want to look into the lighthouse first then, Karma?
Yeah, definitely would.
Okay. I'll move Karma's model up here. Arundel is slow right behind. And I move Venna up, and I also move up Gzane. You open the door, it makes a cricking noise. It's not... Gzane, you notice that, like, the way the door sounds? Yeah, but it's something that must have been used recently, right? It hasn't been, like, really shut, like a door that's been, like, crusted over.
That's curious.
And the pallid limp lynching clings to the masterfully sculpted wooden door of the lighthouse entrance, and a thin creeping strands like veins beneath the waxy skin of the doorway. You push through, and you see these papers in here. You have to make a con saving throw as you trigger a trap.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I would like to just smell the area. See if I can pick up anything from inside.
You fail.
I failed. Yeah.
You look over to the right of you, there's like a skull, hanging on this thing. It kind of scares you a little bit. You've been cursed in a way. You have disadvantage in your next ability check, saving throw, or attack roll.
Okay.
Until
Are you
a long
good?
rest.
Something's going on here.
Should we
Not
stay
any-
outside?
Not just any lighthouse would have such a trap.
Karma, the skull, as you have the eyes of the grave up, it looks back at you in a way.
Sacred flame. Immediately.
You burn it away.
Yep. I'm gonna roll a hit.
No.
Oh, are we burning down this now?
I don't
If we
think
are,
we're.
if we
Oh.
are, advise we not to be in it while we burn it.
I don't think we're alone here.
Well, that's quite obvious.
I'm gonna step up to me closer to Karma.
I'm gonna go in there too. Do I see the papers?
This place is a mess. And feel free to move your model into the lighthouse.
I cannot.
I know, but I'm having Venna try to practice it, guys, right?
Okay, yeah. I gotta find my model.
So you can, on the left-hand side of the screen, Venna, you'll see like the party, right? Kind of like in World of Warcraft and maybe other games. Double-click your name. It'll go directly to your character. You see that?
So mine's the only one outside. Okay.
Yes.
How do you change the angle of this thing?
You use the mouse. You use your mouse scroll to zoom in and out.
Right.
And also, so as your model selected, use the arrow keys to readjust the camera. So use the arrow key to try to move your model. Did it readjust for you?
Oh, I see that. Okay. Oh, I'm bouncing around. Look at me.
Yeah, and every little bounce you do is 5 feet.
Okay, that's fun. But your angle is like you're directly on it, and I can't figure that out.
So I hold the mouse wheel down to like pivot the camera around, and then I use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Oh my god! You know how long this has been driving me crazy today?
That's what we're here for, Venna. This is like the newbie central. That's what we're helping you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you.
Join me on an adventure.
My whole life is better.
It's called the middle mouse button. It is truly epic if you tame it. You guys walk in, you see a bunch of like papers and things strewn about, a pile of leaves and debris, a pile of books. It's hard to tell what is written on them, and a fireplace that is unlit, and a stairway descends up to the right, and some crazy looking like large crab thing, and an anchor, and a desk, and on the desk is another skull.
I'll approach the clam.
I'm gonna approach the leaves.
I'll approach the skull.
I'll start off with Victoria. As you approach the leaves, this is just like kind of weird, right? It's like blown in junk.
Yeah. Is
Right.
there any way that like these came in here? Like, is there a hole in the wall, or does it look like there's a trail from the door? Like they came into the open doorway or something?
That's
They're
right,
kind of like far
Victoria.
back in the room.
Yeah, that's right. Like someone was moving around. Someone kept the door open a lot, and just junk has blown in. This
Can
is
I try to,
also, you know how like an abandoned house has like mold and things like that,
Mhm.
and just like junk in the house, kind of like that.
Sorry, I just looked down and saw the talking skull. I'm gonna try to like sweep away this like brush and debris. Just try to see if there's anything like under it.
You start sweeping away, you know, poking at it with your umbrella.
Yeah, just like
You look over to the skull, Karma. You have it in your hand there. Pretty awesome. What do you do, Karma?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Eyes of the Grave again.
Is it already up though? Is it just last a minute?
It just lasts until I disbanded.
Well, it's still up then, right? You don't need to.
Oh
recast
yeah.
it.
Do I sense anything?
You sense anything? The skull. You're no stranger to the ceremonial rituals of resting the dead. The skull is strange though. It's been bleached and kind of weird. Why would someone have a skull on the desk?
I'm gonna place it in my bag.
So you put it in your bag. And then Arundel walks over to the clam. It's like a barnacle or something. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's like sea creature life. Something dragged out of the ocean, right? It's kind
I
of
mean,
large.
if it's a giant clam, that means there's a chance there's a pearl in there, and pearls are very valuable spellcasting materials. So,
Hmm.
How about this? We'll have you make an investigation roll DC 20. If you're able to open it up, maybe there's a pearl inside.
You are looking for a pearl worth 100 gold pieces there?
I'm not worried about the gold. I'm worried about being able to use a spell. What was the DC? Oh, never mind. Don't matter. That's an 8.
Failure. What does Gzane do?
Just smell around, just trying to get a feel for the place. Maybe if anybody has been here. Or like if I can locate where the stench is coming from.
Smell around. Make a perception roll. The sea breeze kind of makes it hard to smell.
Oh yeah, but it's pleasant at least.
The salty air as we're right near the waves crashing outside. Weird. What do you guys do?
I see book.
I
On
think
the desk, I see a book.
I see book. Is that what you just said? I see book.
I think if I just
Out
stand.
of character. Hold on now. I do want to go to that book, just skim it, see if there's anything valuable in it. Maybe
On the
some
desk?
information. Yeah.
I walked over to these, I don't know if it was papers or something all over the floor. I just wanted to see what was, they got blown in.
Someone, it appears Vanna had to have taken a book and like tore a bunch of pages out of it. You see the rip across the binding, and they're just strewn across the floor. Pity. A waste of knowledge.
Disgusting.
Someone must have hated
Somebody
something.
hates these books.
You look
Whatever
into the
they're doing.
book. There's like, it's not really a book, Arendelle. As you look, it's like a piece of paper or something, right? Drawn at it is like, you see like an inkwell, you know, to the right of it. Drawn on this piece of paper. It's something drawn like someone took their time to draw it. And it looks like pretty well done. It's like shaded, but there's no color to it. It's just written in black ink. It's like a bowl of some kind. Inside of the bowl is a crude amount of water, but someone appears to have admiration for this bowl of water.
I will carefully fold it and put it in my book pouch.
Add a piece of parchment to your character sheet. And then you can also rename it to Picture a Bowl.
Yes, I'm going to look back on this 5 sessions and I'm like, what the fuck is a picture of a bowl doing in my inventory?
What do you do, Venom?
I'm gonna walk over by the fireplace. I see there's more books over there. There's a fireplace. I'm gonna check it out to see what they're doing.
Awesome. You move over there. It's the same thing. Like you see, like someone had tore pages of a book. There's just like stacks of books here. And then you look into the fireplace a little bit. You see like a bunch of ash in the
Can I
fireplace.
Can I sift through the ash?
With what?
Oof. Well, I don't have anything, do I? I use a book.
You take another book and you kind of just start shifting through the ash a little bit.
Yeah.
Barbaric.
Just like getting that book kind of dirty. Getting it kind of sooty.
I suppose I could have used the tools that were right next to the fireplace.
Yeah, there's some pokers there.
All right, can I do a poker instead? I'm like, oh man, I
Poke
made
it.
the book dirty.
Poke, poke. Poke.
Nothing. Nothing there.
Nothing really. It just appears like someone was burning these books to keep themselves warm. Or maybe they just hated books. What was written in them. You know, Victoria, creatures of the darkness hate knowledge and wish to destroy all knowledge.
It's
Could
like
this be something driven by the darkness itself?
Arendelle's like, whatever is living here must die.
Perhaps we should go upstairs then.
Be cautious. I believe we've all made this conclusion, but we are very obviously not alone.
I'm sorry, was there any writing on the books or general idea of what these were? Are these like ledgers or between the papers and the books? Like, what are these?
The books are like soggy. Make an investigation roll, Victoria.
Soggy.
Can I give her advantage on that? Oh,
Like,
wait, never mind. I don't have proficiency.
They were
My bad.
soggy, I should say, Victoria. Like they were taken out of the water or dipped in the water somehow.
Probably from the
Maybe from the
boat.
boat.
Yeah.
Oh, put to dry.
With-
Right.
With a 0 modifier, that's a 19.
Nice.
You find a book. You're able to decipher maybe a few pages out of it. It's the writing that's not blurred by being doused into the seawater. Someone's eating a Twix. Arendelle, I think it is.
That's a pack of gum.
I'm just gonna mute you real quick.
Can I do anything else right now, or how does this work? Can I walk over to this other corner because I see like pots and dishes?
Yeah, I just want to finish what I was gonna say to Victoria, though.
Sorry, I forgot about the gum thing.
Yes. Hearing the crickling sound of static in my ears is awesome. You find a few pages, Victoria. What's a famous wine from your homeland?
Oh, okay. Let's say Everpeak.
It's something your family used to drink around dinner time, right? You think about it, it's a fond memory, but a long time ago, right? When you were a child.
Yeah.
It's like it's a guide for fine wines or something. You look at a few of the other pages.
Yeah, just
Must be worthless though, being all soggy. So much wasted man hours of the scribe who must ascribe to every page and every letter into this book, as the printing press does not exist.
so I get the impression that all these books are like probably from High Pass.
Unknown.
Odd. I'll put the book.
Come along, everyone. We must go onwards.
Did you try opening up the
Karma is first up the stairs this time. She's rushing.
Karma runs up the stairs. You can move your model.
Be careful! Don't run up the stairs. Okay, never mind. She's over there.
There's no railing. Be careful.
So as we kind of move up these three-dimensional models like this, you know, I use the arrow keys a lot. Why don't you guys practice doing that, walking up the stairs using the arrow keys a little bit? For the people that don't have it, like Gzane and Arendelle, you can just kind of follow along on the stream and stuff.
I teleport.
And see what happens here is like I can't get quite up there, so I shift click, and it looks like I end up somewhere like in here. And you know, if I back far enough out, if I scroll back far enough out, we're not even at the very top.
Oh no.
Turned over tables, right, and other debris tossed and strewn about this room. It's hard to tell though if this is recent.
Do I sense anything?
Using your eyes at the grave, you peering out, looking for anything, any clue. Nothing. And you look above you, it looks like that's where like right above you is a ladder or a system of ladders that leads up to the very top of the lighthouse, which used to be lit. And you think about what the merchant lord said to you. They want to reestablish the lighthouse, right? As a beacon for their ships to travel safely in and out through High Pass and Windstrand.
So Karma stands at a menacing 5'5". She's gonna ask for a boost from someone to get up to the ladder.
I'll help you, Karma. Hold on.
And I have disadvantage on everything, so imagine this is a disadvantaged athletics roll.
No, you only have disadvantage on one.
No, you just easily, you know, Victoria like boosts you up as you climb up the light. You grab onto the ladder, and Karma, you pull up all the way to the top, and you look out over the sea here, and you think across maybe on some of the stories in the books you've read to the south, the Isles of Aethalos, where the High Elves are at.
Do I sense anything up here?
You look down and you see the shipwreck, but then you kind of like move around as you're kind of curious. You see a dock on the back side of the island that was maybe hidden on the way in from your direction. It's kind of hard to tell. Make a perception roll.
Oh.
Say the DC is 15. You roll an 18.
18.
You look closer. You know, you're really trying to veer out using the eyes of Adon. to see if anything you can see. See that? Wisps of smoke being carried by the sea breeze right over the cliff. Someone is lighting a fire, maybe.
Hey guys, this area up here is fine, but I think I see someone on the island.
Where?
Over here, and I'm gonna like point over.
You
There
point
was a
over, you
dock we missed.
yeah, there's a dock right here, and then you see some smoke rising up from above here.
That's a
Maybe
bloody
that's
hell
what
we get
she's
down there.
saying. The light keeper.
What's he doing down there, though?
Well, I have no means of lighting this tower, so I guess I should go down there and
What's your fire
investigate.
magic?
We
Oh.
have torches.
Yeah, I would say we have torches.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
so
sure I can make something happen too.
Besides,
Have
where are
to-
all the trolls?
Oh, we were promised they're probably on the other boat or whatever.
Unless that guy
Yeah,
down
another
there
boat.
you're talking about, he's a troll.
It's
Maybe
possible.
Uh,
Possible.
But why would he
I
stand
just-
by a fire? That doesn't
I
make sense.
just go down the ladder and leave the lighthouse to go investigate that smoke. I ain't staying for this.
Do you want to light the lighthouse before we investigate?
Go ahead. I'm just gonna get a head start.
Oh, you.
I'll try to help light the lighthouse if I can.
I look at the model of the lighthouse as you guys take your flint and steel and start lighting your torches. They're like wrapped and like doused in oil of some kind. They can burn for like an hour, I think, right? And you begin to reach out. And I'm just looking at the model. There appears to be like stones and hot coals that would be put underneath just to keep the lighthouse burning. Crude, though. It's not really magical. Sad. But it is what it is. And there's like cages of fire that burn up. It takes about another 20 minutes to light the fires. I'll add 20 minutes to the timer.
Yeah, because I don't
Is-
think I have anything that has like fire magic.
Do you have your fire bolt? Would that maybe be a little bit faster?
Yeah, that sets things on fire.
Benna, you take your
Do
finger
I have
out.
that?
Yeah, you take your finger just like when you hit the water elemental. How do you cast firebolt onto the coals to heat them?
How do I do it?
Yeah.
It's only one finger?
You tell me how you want to do it.
Oh.
Welcome to D&D, a game of your imagination, where you can do whatever you want.
I do like a Western movie, kind of like I walk up and I go, and then I shoot the fire. Yeah.
Woo! You burn it up, it lights it up, Venna. And it looks like the model, guys. The lighthouse is burning. But Victoria, how long will they last for? You know, without a proper lighthouse keeper here to sustain the fires.
Not very long, but perhaps that's beyond their subjective. And frankly, that's up to the gilded chains?
The
Something
Iron
chain?
Links.
Iron links, right?
You forgot one of my 10,000 NPCs. How dare you?
I did. I mostly because I hate the guy that told us what his name was. All right. Well, that'll be the problem for now. At least we've addressed this issue.
I
Shall
reckon
we-
I would already be outside of the lighthouse, yes.
Should
Yep.
we go catch up with Arendelle? He's probably dead already, but
I'm going to shift click everybody down. Why doesn't everybody move their model just for practice outside of the lighthouse down here to right outside the door here? I'm going to try to find Arendelle.
how do we focus on our model? Is it double clicking the?
Yeah, double click the model. Another trick you can do to like reach in through the building sometimes, if the model isn't like breaking apart, hit the N key. The N key is an Nancy, and that will create a sphere around the model for you to reach in and grab your model and break away the walls, really.
Nancy, I heard Laurel.
Who are we missing? We're missing...
I think
Oh,
it's
you're-
the roof still.
You're flying away. Who's flying?
How do I put her down?
You're Mary Poppins with your umbrella. Drop
Mary
it.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Mary Poppins, yo.
Woohoo!
Yeah, she's cool.
Victoria flies away, never to be seen
Yeah.
again.
Mary Poppins. Is she badass?
So where did
Yeah.
you say that campfire was?
It's
Right over this way.
this way.
If you look, there's a compass on Tailspire right and the bottom left. It's pointing to the east.
Come along. I saw the way to get there.
Okay.
Right.
How do we want to approach this fire? Are we just going to scale the cliffs, or how are we doing it?
We're going to walk there like a
Or there's
normal
a
person.
cliff right at the side.
Who's leading the party?
If
I
we go
will.
around, it looks like the cliff is a little bit more steep, or this thing stairs.
Indeed. And I, for one, am not good at climbing. So I advise we go around. We have
Fine.
all day.
Victoria, lead the way.
We'll
I'm just
follow
gonna see
you.
where I'm
We'll
just gonna see
follow
where
you lead.
I'm just seeing where Victoria goes, and then kind of what's gonna happen.
Why do you say it like that, man? Actually, I think I'm gonna follow Arendelle because he seems very cocksure about where he's going.
I actually do. Yes.
I'll
Where
be
do you wanna
behind
go, Arendelle?
Victoria.
We'll follow you.
So I will go down the stairs.
Which stairs? This way.
Yes.
Okay. And then where do you want to go?
I will go around the cliff
This cliff, like around this way.
the other way.
This way.
Yep.
Oh, you want to
And
go
I'm
this
going
way?
to. Yep. I'm going to follow along that and just stay level. And then once I hit the beach, then I'll walk there.
So,
Shall we
like-
make a stealth roll at all, or are we just approaching it willy-nilly?
I feel like when we get closer to the beach, we should do a stealth.
So I'm gonna move everybody's model to like up here.
Stealth isn't my
Right.
forte.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I have anything. Hold on.
We're also kind of practicing a little bit, guys, right?
I'll roll stealth.
I mean, we
If y'all want.
do see something like a campfire a little bit. The sea breeze makes it hard to hear things, though, right? As the waves are crashing up. I'll be a nice guy. Then everybody can roll a stealth check with advantage as we start to climb down the cliffs. Victoria starts helping people down. Her muscles kind of bulge out as she drops you down. At least that's the way I think about it.
My goodness.
I rolled an
over
8
here.
for my stealth check. Karma is very loud.
Did you roll with advantage? If you have
Yeah,
like the heavy
I
armor
rolled a
and stuff on?
natural 1 on my other one.
Oh.
Yeah, an 8's what I got.
Victoria is the last one who kind of just jumps down. So,
I don't know where stealth is.
stealth
don't
is
know.
part of your ability scores, or I'm sorry, your skills, right? It's next to when we rolled sleight of hand when you threw the beer over your shoulder. It's in that column. It's alphabetized, right? It's called stealth.
Just right in the middle. Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Yeah. Sorry. I just.
It's okay,
Look right
Van. We're
over
helping
it.
you out. There's a lot going on. You're probably checking out your stream and like you're doing everything, so it's cool.
I don't care about those suckers. Just kidding, guys.
As I am helped to, as Victoria helps get us down, I'm just like, Lady Victoria, I don't know if you get this often, but you have an impressive amount of strength.
Thank you, but an impressive amount of strength for.
You know, like strength, like your muscles, they're quite dense.
Why, thank you. I worked very hard on them. And I laugh and jump down after him.
Of course.
I rolled a 17.
Everyone deserves a compliment every once in a while.
Who rolled the lowest roll? I
Hi.
think Karma
No.
did. Karma kind of like makes a loud noise. How do you like stumble a little bit, Karma, as you climb down this?
I think I fall down the last part of the cliff and just like smack on the beach.
You smack on the beach. You kinda,
It's just
make
a
little
fart.
noise.
It's a fart that echoes.
Everybody makes a perception roll.
Oh boy.
So this is a part of the same area there, Venna. This is one of the skill checks. It's under perception.
Slowly rolling.
Cool.
Not great, but whatever.
13.
I roll a 13. Did anybody beat a 13?
I'm 14.
Nope.
Venna, you
Venna
see
did.
it. Venna sees it.
No.
What can only be described is like a fish man.
Oh
out
God,
his-
why?
I put out his like model. Have you ever played like World of Warcraft? It kind of looks like a murloc.
Oh.
He looks over at you as he hears you, and you see him. He's like peering around the corner to just try to like, check you out. I rolled a stealth roll to try to sneak up on you. And he looks at you, and you look back at him. What do you do, Benna?
Oh shit. Is he attacking or is he just standing there? Or...
He's staring at you. You've just locked eyes with him. His fish eyes, which are like on the side of his head.
Is she the only one who can see it, or are we all able to
Yes.
see it now?
I'm just saying Venna.
Okay.
You guys, do you see this?
See
Can I
what-
describe it to them?
The what?
You see it, and as soon as you say that, you see it run off.
Oh fuck.
What? What do you see?
Well, it's gone now, but there was a fish man.
Are-
Fishman.
Did you
What?
hit your head on the boat?
No, I swear, guys, there was. He had a thing, right? What weapon did he have?
He had like a
have a weapon?
spear.
There was a fish man with a spear, and he locked eyes with me.
Perhaps we've been walking too long. Maybe you need to sit down for a moment.
Maybe
Where's
it's
the
love
I
at
don't know.
first sight.
What's
No, let's not jump to such a hasty decision. There are such aquatic humanoids. What did you have a generalized description of it? Was it small, large, humanoid?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember what you said. It
What do you do,
wasn't-
Victoria?
I must just start walking over here to peek around the corner.
You start walking around the corner, and you peek around the corner. You see the
Yeah.
campfire, and we roll initiative, and that's where we'll start the game next
Oh.
week.
Oh.
Oh,
They're
dear.
just
Now?
cool.
The
They're-
two guys throw their fucking spears right at you, Victoria. Oh no!
They're only Kuatoa. What do we gotta be scared of?
Fine.
Initiative was a 10.
They
Somebody said
just-
they called it a slark.
they're only known for creating gods
Yeah.
because of their insanity.
All right,
Did
so
you guys
rolling
have
initiative
fun?
now or
Yeah.
next session?
Yeah,
We'll roll it
I
next
rolled
session.
it.
All right.
yeah, I like that.
Good game, guys.
Twas enjoyable.
It was enjoyable. Feels.
Oh,
right.
yes, my lord.
Good game. I can't see shit right now.